The beta has finally arrived. So just how alike are Harry Potter Wizards Unite and Pokemon Go? Let's take a look at these two games side by side. Welcome back to the Wizards Guide, your guide to all things Wizards Unite. This week has been a total binge fest of WizU beta, and we absolutely cannot get enough. After I processed through the initial shock, peed my pants a little, and squealed like a middle school girl being asked to her first dance, I found myself completely overwhelmed. I've been playing Pokemon Go every day for nearly 3 years now, and while I definitely didn't want to see just a reskinned version of that game, I have admittedly grown very comfortable within the familiar confines of the Pogo universe and its game features. Once we had time to digest some of the game footage, we found that there are a ton of similarities after all. Let's break those down so that you are wand ready when the beta reaches you. Before we get into that, a big huge thank you to Hopi Kenopi, our buddy Neo at the community Discord, and the YouTube channel Spicy for the video clips and screenshots used in today's video. Spicy has absolutely taken over our TV this week with his daily beta coverage, so be sure to head on over to his channel and give him some love.
We've grouped game features into 4 main categories: character and shopping, locations and supplies, encounters and catching, and lastly, battling. Let's begin with your character information. This is accessed in the same location in both games, the lower left corner. While Pokemon Go only displays a limited amount of information, Wizards Unite's Ministry ID will allow you to present additional information like your Hogwarts house, wand type, and profession. In both games, you'll need something to carry all your items in. In Pogo, we refer to that as your item backpack, and in WizU, you'll store those in your vault. Just like in Pogo, you'll have access to a number of different items in the in-game shop. In Pogo, this is simply labeled Shop. Wizards Unite's creators took advantage of a perfect opportunity to tie the game into the books by naming the in-game shop Diagon Alley. You will find a few different storefronts in Diagon Alley, our favorite being Gringotts Bank, where you can convert all your Muggle money into Gringotts gold.
One of our biggest questions was how WizU would make use of Pokestop locations. They've done this by introducing inns and greenhouses. While the two dispense different types of items, your character interacts with them for the same purpose: stockpiling supplies. Once an inn has been interacted with, you'll notice smoke billowing from the chimney. This indicates that you have activated a 5-minute cooldown period, just as a purple Pokestop does in Pogo. As an additional way to interact with inns, you may attach a dark detector to it, which essentially functions as a lure. A key difference to point out here is that unlike Pokestop lures, dark detectors may be stacked to increase the threat level of confoundable encounters. WizU includes a game feature that requires you to walk a specific distance, much like the incubators and eggs in Pogo. While they essentially function the same, that's about where the similarities end. Keys, the incubators of WizU, activate portmanteaus, the eggs, to unlock or open a port key, the Pokemon. Once unlocked, a port key transports you to a landmark location in Hogwarts where you can collect additional items.
Pogo couldn't be more straightforward in its encounters. You see a Pokemon, you catch a Pokemon. WizU's creators had to get creative in how they chose to incorporate such a key feature. Following the storyline of the game, magical artifacts, memories, and beasts are appearing throughout the Muggle world. Our job is to overcome those confoundables and return it to its appropriate time and place. You will find confoundables in the same locations that Pokemon appear. Once you click on that confoundable, you'll need to cast a spell by tracing a glyph on your screen. This is basically the same as throwing a Pokeball. Just like Pogo, speed and accuracy will increase the effectiveness of the spell and will also award you bonuses upon completing the encounter. Some confoundables are more difficult to overcome than others, much like varying strengths of Pokemon. We will show you how to determine that in a moment, but should the need arise, you can use a potion the same way that you use a raspberry to make the confoundable easier to overcome. When a Pokemon is particularly stubborn, it will be surrounded by a red catch radius. This same idea is applied to Wizu by a threat level indicator that uses the same colored system as Pogo. Pokeballs are easily the most crucial item to have on hand in Pogo, and also limited in their supply. Their counterpart in Wizu would be spell energy. Each time you cast a spell, you use 1 spell energy per trace. Be sure to keep an eye on your supply and restock at an inn when you are getting low. Newly acquired Pokemon warrant an entry in your Pokédex, but 90s kids would appreciate the sticker book style registry in Wizu. Each confoundable that you successfully overpower will forever be immortalized in its appropriate registry section. We expect additional registry sections will be added in future updates, just like new generations of Pokemon are added in Pogo.
In order to enter into a Pokemon raid battle, you'll need a raid pass. Wizu's version of raids will require a runestone to participate, but unlike Pogo, there are multiple different types of runestones. Raids, however, will be called fortresses in Wizu and will feature a multi-level gameplay experience. You'll easily distinguish fortresses from other points of interest as they're depicted in-game by towering castles. Now, this may be more theory than fact, but based off screenshots we've seen of the registry, challenges appear to be comparable to legendary or EX raid passes in Pokemon Go. It looks like these are battles with major villains from the wizarding world. We suspect that players will need a special invitation or be required to defeat all levels of a fortress in order to gain entrance to these particular battles. If you are currently in the beta and have additional information regarding challenges, feel free to leave us a comment down below.
So there you have it. While Wizu feels completely fresh and magical, we think Pokemon Go players will find familiar game mechanics and features that will make their transition to this game as smooth as a mug of butterbeer. I am supposed to have a mug. Oh, that's hot. So tell us down below what game feature we have mentioned here gives you all of the feels. And if there is a comparable feature between the two games that we may have missed, let us know down below. We certainly know there are more game features than what we have covered here today, and we expect to find even more when we finally get our hands on the game over here in the US. So if this video is popular, we can totally do an updated version at a later date. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up and the bell icon so you do not miss a second of Wizu news. And of course, follow us on all forms of social media at The Wizard's Guide. Our Twitter account is very active. We try to post there every day. So go follow us there for our most up-to-date info. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this was helpful. See you on the next one.